What is up, everybody, and welcome back to round two of the DigiDoomed Art Tournament we held this past Wednesday in the Discord linked below. We do these every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am playing against a fellow DigiDoomed teammate. He is playing, as you can see, really sick deck, EX4 Alter S, which is really fun, really cool, and really explosive. Unfortunately, he opened unplayable, so he's going to be mulliganing his hand, which happens a lot in this deck. But I believe I'm going first. He rolled a 3, I rolled a 7, so I'm going to be starting things off. As he's shuffling up his mulligan here, I believe he tells me pretty soon to just go ahead and start playing um, because I am going first. But he cuts his deck and he goes ahead and starts getting his hand. Whatever gets here, he is going to have to keep, of course, per mulligan rules. So I'm going to hatch a BT4 Flamon in the back over the Yokomon and trying to decide how I pass turn. Just playing the BT7 Takuya. It's going to give him 3. He's going to hatch, and what is he doing here? Playing out a BT12 Agumon, hitting EX4 Wergar, BT12 Greymon, and another EX4 Wergarurumon. Unfortunately, that bottom decks both of the Wergarurumons, but he does get the BT12 Greymon in hand. Unfortunately, though, if you know anything about this deck, you do know that you need to see at least one of those Wergarurumons. So he's gonna not, he's unfortunately not have the Tamer in hand to play with the Greymon effect because it is their insecurity. I swing into it with the Flamemon. I was kind of hoping it would die so I could get the draw from the Yokomon Inherit, but that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve for 2 into the Burning Greymon, which gets plus 2k on Evolve, so the Takuya is plus 2k. With that, gets it up to that 10k threshold. It's going to swing through 2 security checks, and thankfully not hit any level 6s or 7s in security, which happens a lot in this matchup. But I decided with the Tamer out and a Digimon, he could possibly just have it, so I just go ahead and give him 4 with the Takuya. He's going to be able to play this Gabumon out for 2, because of the Tamer effect. He gets plus 1 memory. He definitely gets a Greymon just between the he definitely gets a Garurumon. He's just between the Greymon and the Blitz Greymon. So the Blitz Greymon should go on top here anyway, so he should get it, but he accidentally bottom decks the card. So he's going to evolve forward 1 into an Agumon in the back, and then we know he has this Garurumon in hand, so we can evolve it for 2, but does he have the Metal Greymon? Looks like he doesn't have it, so it is just going to pass turn for 3. And I'm just going to evolve into the BT7 Flamemon in the back. I can evolve for 1 into an Automon, which gets a plus 4k, hitting that over 10k threshold again, and he's going to be able to swing 2 checks. The Omnimon was the last security. If it was the first, it would have done something, but the Flamemon's going to be able to just take it from there. I go ahead and cut the footage here because we both mulliganed, and I'm sure you don't want to watch us shuffle up our decks. Yeah, so whatever we get here, we are going to keep. I am starting off, of course, so I'm going to hatch a Yokomon. Got the BT7 Flamemon, would love to have the BT12 Agunimon for the combo here, but it looks like I don't have it, so I'm going to try to dig a little bit here. Trashing an Aldemon and drawing 2 with the BT12 Flamemon. I am giving him over 3. He's going to hatch. He's going to have an Agumon in the back, which is a bad sign for me because it means he definitely has another rookie in hand that he can play out. It's another Agumon. He's going to search a Greymon, Gabumon, and Garurumon. He gets the Greymon for sure. I believe it's just between the Gabumon and Garurumon. He's going to grab the Gabumon, which means he probably has another Garurumon in hand. Oh, wait, it just goes to the top of the deck. My bad. So he's going to play out the Gabumon he just got, give me my 3, and grab the Alter B he revealed and the Garurumon, and now I know he has the Greymon on top as well. So he pushes up next turn and can just go into full combo if he has all of the cards in hand. So I'm going to evolve into a Burning Greymon here, at least be able to pop one of the rookies, swing into security, and I do die to the Garurumon, which lets me play out the Memory Setter Takuya and then draw from the Yokomon Inherit. Does put me to 0 though, so I'm going to go ahead and get some chip in here because if he does go full combo, he will have a big blocker, and that would be very bad, and my Digimon could just die anyway or get bottom decked. So I do hit the Alter S in hand, in security at least. I play out a Pokemon, no Tamer unfortunately, but I do get a BT12 Aguni. He's going to be able to evolve here into the Garurumon and draw 2 because of the Agumon Inherit. The Garurumon will let him evolve to a Greymon for a reduced cost of 2, meaning he gets plus 1 because of the Gabumon Inherit. And then this evolution should be free because of the Agumon Inherit, the Greymon lets him evolve for 1 into the Wergurumon, and then the Wergurumon is going to let him evolve for 1 into the Greymon. I think we started thinking here for a second because I thought maybe he hadn't triggered the Gabumon Inherit, but he should be at 1 here. I don't think it really matters regardless, because if he has 1 or 2, he could go into Alter S here. If he has a Crescurumon and Blitz in hand. But it is up to the Greymon effect as of right now. If he has a Crest, he could evolve for 1. I think we were just talking through what the memory should be at, but again, I don't think it really matters that much, especially since I do have the memory setter Takuya. Whatever play he does go for, if it's not Alter S, is probably going to put me to my 3 anyway. But looks like he does not have the Crest, I believe, here, so he's kind of thinking on what to do. I think he would have probably just slammed it down by now. I think we're probably already done talking about what the memory should be at. So he doesn't have the Crest. He is just going to go ahead and evolve into a Blitzgray for 1. It can let him de-digivolve 3 of my Digimon, but I only have 1 rookie on field. And if he drew the Crest off the top there, he would have been able to evolve into it for free and then use the Crest effect to DNA Digivolve into the Alter S. But he did not have the Crest. So I'm just going to, it is going to pass turn. I'm going to be at 3. I'm going to evolve a BT7 Flamemon in the back. Which would be perfect for my Gunimon to evolve onto, but now he has a big stack blocker on board, 12k blocker, which is going to be a little bit hard to get past, especially since I discarded that Aldemon earlier on turn 1. I'm probably struggling to get over it as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and search a little bit, play out a BT7 Flamemon, get a bunch of hits, and kind of try to decide, do I want that at Gunimon? Do I want one of the Flamemons to try to dig a little bit deeper? I'm kind of in the hole here. I have 5 security, but he could trash a bunch of it easily. I start to grab the trash 1, draw 2 Flamemon, but I realize that the BT7 Flamemon can dig a little bit deeper, so I'm going to go ahead and give him 3 here, I believe, yeah, and just play out that Flamemon. Finally grabbing a Aldemon, but unfortunately putting the Omnimon to the bottom and the Emperor Grey as well. But as of right now, I can get over his Mega if he doesn't draw the Crest here. But he's going to hatch an egg, play out an Agumon, Blitzgray, Gabumon, I believe, and the Crescurumon, which is exactly what he needed. But as of right now, he's at 0. You would think he probably won't be able to at least go into Alter S without passing turn. Which is good for me. Oh, not sure what happened there, but he does a genius play here. He actually evolves for free because of the 2+1 memory inherits into a Greymon, which lets him evolve for 1 into the Crescurumon, but that ends up being free because of the Agumon inherit of the Digimon that he just played. So all of this was done for 3. He gets the Crescurumon effect instead of having to use its effect to DNA Digivolve, and gets to bottom deck 2 of my Digimon because it's any Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less total. So he gets rid of the Pokemon and one of the Flamemons, and now I think he's just trying to decide whether he should swing with the 2 ultimates. I think it probably would have been a good idea, of course I'm not going to tell him that, but I think it probably would have been a good idea if he does swing in, because he saw that I already bottom decked the Omnimon, but as of right now, if he swings and hits the Blitz Emperor Greymon, and one of his Digimon dies, he kind of loses a lot of his momentum. He does have 1 big stack on board, but he knows I'll be able to pull out the Aldemon, and I have 2 other Digimon on board, so could be kind of tragic. So he's going to decide instead to just go ahead and play it safe and evolve into the Alter S, which I believe should just go ahead and destroy the Flamemon. And then he's just going to swing in, trash top security, and then hit 1. It's another Aldemon. But now I'm down to 3. So if he had Alter B in hand, he could easily just OTK me at this point, because Alter B can trash 2 security, and the Blitzgreymon Inherit can trash another security. So he can just hit me for game. He's going to play out this BT12 Agumon, which definitely hits that Alter B that we were just talking about. So I know now he has the Greymon Inherit, or sorry, the Agumon Inherit on the Greymon. So even if I pass him to 1, he can evolve into that Alter B on top of that Alter S for 2, and then gain 1 memory and still keep it his turn and win. So I'm in sort of a predicament here. If I were to take care of the Alter S, then he just spawns out the Kreskuramon and the Blitzgreymon, and he has way too many swings on board at this point. So I'm going to evolve into a Burning Greymon over the Takuya for 2. And he is going to hit the 10k DP threshold for the Takuya Inherit to gain 2 memory when I check his security, but I don't think he's going to let me check the security while he has the Omnimon 15k blocker on board. I do have to somehow get over that. I could actually probably get over it if I went into Aldemon here. I do have the 1 memory. But as it stands, to actually win the game from this point, I would kind of have to have Aldemon, a couple Gravity Crushes, and a couple of Atomic Infernos. I believe I had at least 1 Gravity Crush in hand, but not the Atomic Infernos. So I'm just going to evolve for 1 into another Burning Gray, use this effect to pop the Agumon, kind of try to do as much board control here as I can. I think right here I'm kind of debating whether I should try to Gravity Crush and do any sort of combo. I can go into the Aldemon, but if I swing over it and he blocks intentionally, he recovers with the Aldemon and gets the Megas out, and I just can't deal with that much aggression. If I pass him to any sort of memory at this point, even at 1, if I can't take care of the Greymon, then again he can just evolve into that Alter B, trash my top 3 security, and win. So I'm talking it through here. I'm going to swing with the Flamon. Probably should have done that sooner while I had the Takuya on board so I could get that draw from the Inherit. Maybe have a little bit more options, but he of course doesn't block with the Alter S and I die, but don't get the draw off the Inherit. So I'm kind of sitting here and thinking and trying to decide if there's anything I can do. But at 0 memory, staring down the Alter S and the Digimon in the back, it's sort of looking hopeless. I believe pretty soon here, I just decided to go ahead and scoop it up. So we're going to go ahead and head into the all-important Game 3 and see how it goes. See if I can deal any sort of aggression fast enough. And likewise for him, because whoever wins this will be advancing to finals. So I went ahead and cut the footage again while we shuffled. I believe we both mulliganed again. I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, there he looked at his hand and immediately mulliganed. So I looked at my hand and said, "That's all right. I can keep that." But I believe I decide to go first actually instead of making him go first, because I want to try and get as much aggression as quickly as possible. I'm going to evolve into a BT5 Flamon in the back and just play out a Bokomon, revealing and grabbing that Altamon. Unfortunately, putting the Blitz Emperor Greymon on bottom. I only run 1 of that in this build, but it's not always necessary. It's kind of like the Omnimon, doesn't always come up, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to be passing him to 3 here. He actually starts off with a Agumon, revealing a Greymon and a Gabumon, and another card, which he's just going to go ahead and put on top of the deck because he's going to draw it when he puts me to 1 with the BT12 Agumon in the back. Actually a really good play. Really good for like starting in this matchup. Really glad that I didn't make him go first because it wasn't his starting hand, so he would have definitely just choked me to 1. That would have been a lot better for him than if I were to go first. But now I can swing if I want to, but I decide I'm going to keep the Flamon in the back and just go ahead and play out my Memory Setter Takuya. So I've got that, and I've got the Bokomon. I've got about 5 memory I can work with next turn, and I could start going crazy, but if he again, it's always if he has the full line in hand. If he drew the nuts, he could just pull out Alter S right now and wreck me. But he is going to play out a Gabumon, grabbing, looks like only 1 of these targets, but he does get the Metal Greymon, which is good. Again, you need at least 1 of the Ultimates, 1 of the Champions, and 1 of the Megas. But again, these cards are going to go on top. That is a little disheartening because if you see some pieces that you don't need, you know that you're going to draw into them instead of bottom decking it. The search is the cycle is a lot better when you bottom deck. But he's going to go ahead and play out his 4-cost Tamer. I'm going to 3 anyway. But now I've got 6 memory I can work with. I'm going to swing with the Flamon, kind of hope it dies and draw, but he is just a Tamer Magnet today. He's going to hit the second Tamer, which is pretty bad for me. That means he can gain 2 memory whenever he plays out a rookie. So I'm going to evolve into an Agunimon, gain the 2 memory, and then evolve for 1 into the into the Burning Gray, pop one of the rookies, doesn't really matter which one, and then evolve into the Aldermon. Swing the security, just one check. It does hit the black memory boost, but I am going to actually gain 2 memory off of the Takuya inherit here. I think it waits a second, yeah, okay. But just kind of trying to decide what I do with this 4 memory now, because got a lot, but don't really have any other tamers on board. I'm going to play out the BT4 Flamemon, searching Aldermon and 2 Emperor Greys, so I'm going to grab the Emperor Grey, of course. And then I do have another tamer in hand. I'm going to go ahead and play out the Takuya. So this is a lot for him to deal with. If he has the Alter S, this could be big. He's going to play out the Gabumon, searching top 3. Looks like he can only get one thing. It looks like it's either the Agremon or the Greymon. He's definitely going to grab the Greymon. But the question is, does he have it? Does he have it, or could he draw into it? I think, if I remember right, at this point in the match, we started talking about maybe he was just missing one piece to go into full play, and he could wipe my board mostly, at the very least, if he went to the full play. Yeah, here he is trying to decide. I think he was missing the Crescarurumon. He's trying to decide which of them he should evolve on first to get the most draws out. But if this was the plan, then maybe he should have pulled out the rookie in the back so he could get the extra draw off of the Sunamon inherit. But he's going to pop the boost here, and he's going to go for it. We know he has 2 rookies on top, so he's going to have to draw through those. He's actually going to swing with his rookie, hitting a Memory Setter Takuya, which is actually a lot worse for him. So he's got to clear my 4 bodies, and he's got 2 tamers to worry about as well. But he does have 3 memory here and 2 rookies on the field, with the plus memory inherits. He's going to evolve into the Garurumon for 2, letting him evolve into the Greymon for free, plus 1 for the Gabumon inherit. The Greymon effect is going to let him evolve into a Were Garurumon if he has it in hand for 1. He's searching his hand for it. Or possibly he did not have it. He looks like he did not have the Were Garurumon. So he's just going to evolve for 3 into the Metal Greymon, which does get reboot from the Greymon, but I mean, he's got a 1 reboot blocker at 7k. It's not too big. I do have the Atomic Inferno in hand, so I've got him in a stalemate. If he blocks this, I gain 3 memory. If he doesn't block it and I survive the check, I'm gaining 2 memory from the Takuya inherit. He hits a Crescaruru, but I believe I was 13k at this point, so I'm just under the Crescaruru, or just above the Crescaruru, but just under the Alter B that I hit. So he's gonna die, get the on deletion Takuya play inherit, and I'm gonna swing with the Flamemon. He's gonna have to block it, but I do have 2 more checks to his 1 security. I'm gonna swing with the Flamemon, and then just swing with the Boko for game. So that is going to be it. Yeah, definitely GG's to DeathX for this match. It was a really fun one and really good. If you want to take a look at round 3, it is going to be in the description below, again, as well as the Discord link. I'm going to be moving on to finals versus Camsao, so go ahead and take a look at that. If you made it this far in the video, thank you all for watching. I really hope you have a great day. Peace.